Hi, welcome to Bookies. I'm Bear, and we are on the long, slow march to 1,000 subscribers where we can monetize and then get all that YouTube money and put it to local libraries and literacy programs, both my local library and yours. Should be pretty fun when we get there, and I'm looking forward to it. The Bookseller of Inverness by Shona MacLean is an excellent novel. It was named the Scottish Book of the Year in 2023, so let's find out why. But because today's theme is Scotland, I'm going to insert a segment that I'm going to call self-deprecating humor while I'm in a McGregor tartan. That photo right there was taken just outside of Edinburgh, Scotland at my nephew's wedding. I'm the bald guy in that photo. And just so everybody knows, I shave my head to be more aerodynamic when I fight. It's not genetics at all. Oh, anyhow, that must be it. If you were to see me walking into a place with my pretty wife that you can see in that photo, the thought that would probably come to your mind is, I hope that princess can find the spell that'll cure that troll. And yeah, you are probably thinking that trolls are a myth in Scotland, but not when they're American and they crawl out of a lock. So anyhow, let's go ahead and get started. Our story takes place in Inverness, Scotland, shortly after the Battle of Culloden. Our protagonist's name is Ian McGillivray, and he was horribly scarred in that particular battle, and so he's retired to a quiet life in Inverness as a bookseller at his bookshop. However, the mystery begins when a stranger is found murdered in the bookshop, and left behind is a dirk with the white cockade on it, which is a symbol of the Jacobite rebellion against the Hanoverian kings in London. So the basic premise is that Ian gets pulled into a very dangerous investigation in which he seeks out the Book of Forbidden Names, which will hold clues as to why certain Jacobite Scotsmen are being murdered. This novel explores themes of deceit, revenge, love, and the impact of war on the Highlands, as the clans are split in their support between the Stuart claimants to the throne and the Hanoverian occupants of the throne. And the novel does a really excellent job of providing insight to the Jacobite side of that. As we learn, the Jacobites are supportive of the Stuarts, who are located presently in continental Europe. And the Hanoverian kings out of London are occupying Scotland in a rather brutal, very English way back then. One of the really admirable things about this particular novel is the author herself. Shona MacLean is Scottish, and she's writing what she knows. And the history of Scotland is replete with wars between the clans, wars of succession, wars of religion. And the Stuarts kind of embodied the last gasp and hope for a Catholic Celtic revival in Scotland. And essentially the goal there behind that rebellion, the Jacobite rebellion, is to rid themselves of the iron rule of the Hanoverian king in London. And as I mentioned before, at its heart, this novel is a murder mystery set amongst the strife and rebellion of the 1750s in Scotland. The undercurrent of rebellion is always present in this novel, and that's really kind of what gives it its spice. Another strength of this novel is Shona MacLean's characters. Ian himself is rather steadfast, and he just really wants to lead a quiet life. Contrast Ian to his father Hector, who arrives in Inverness after many years absent. Hector is dashing, he's bold, and he is chief amongst the spies and intriguers on behalf of the Stuart cause while in Inverness. The British know this, and they're looking for him, so there's a little bit of cat and mouse that plays throughout this particular novel, which makes it quite enjoyable. Next character, Marie Farquharson. She is Ian's grandmother, and her daughter is the one that married Hector. Mary doesn't like Hector, but she is so dedicated to the Stuart cause that she's willing to overlook that this man, Hector, essentially stole her daughter away from her. It's an interesting dynamic. And Mary is one of these grand dames of society. Everybody knows where her sympathies lie, but nobody can really pin anything on her. Excellent character. And lastly, I'll point out to you Donald Moore, who is a bookbinder in Ian's shop. And Donald is a very interesting character because as soon as you get paid, he goes out and gets drunk and starts fights. So, but I mean, he plays a much more compelling role in this particular novel. But I kind of enjoyed the backstory of the reckless Donald Moore. I think this novel is a rollicking adventure that's worthy of your attention. It's laced with Scottish humor, stunning geography that really only a Scottish author, I think, could bring out and give life to. And it's full of daring escapes and plenty of twists in the plot. It's a rather quick read because the pacing is excellent. And I don't think this novel has received the attention it deserves. You've probably never heard of it. Hopefully this particular video and book recommendation, where I'm recommending it to you, will kind of give it life. The prose is excellent. The story is fast-paced. It's full of historical detail and intrigue. And the historical detail doesn't bog the novel down at all. I mean, this is a historical fiction, but try not to think of it that way. Just try to think of it as excellent fiction. And with that, I'm going to conclude. Please remember to like and subscribe. Once again, we're trying to monetize this particular channel so we can take that YouTube money and give it to local libraries and literacy programs. I don't need the money. I'm retired and I'm fine. So this is just my way of trying to find another way to support the hobby that we both enjoy, reading. So once again, 4.25 stars for this particular novel. Enjoy your day and God bless.